young fans entering the gates at PNC Park today, they get a gift. It's a baseball glove as part of their admission, but maybe an umbrella or a rain hat will do. The Phillies' Dan Baker found his umbrella because you can't escape the soggy weather in Pittsburgh today as the Phillies and Pirates get set to play an afternoon baseball game. And it is the final game of the road trip for the Phillies, a 9-game road trip that has just 2 wins to show for it. The Phils are 2-6 with a team average of .252. The numbers have not been kind. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Phillies Baseball alongside Ben Davis. I'm Greg Murphy in for Tom McCarthy this afternoon. Yes, each team has won 1 game in this series, so the rubber match is today, and both teams looking to win this series. And for the Phillies to do that, well, they're going to hand the baseball to Aaron Nola, who is back off the DL, and he appears ready to go.
Hey, it would be nice to get a victory here today for the Fighting Phils. It's been a long road trip, and hopefully Aaron Nola can come back and really salvage this road trip. It's been tough. Aaron Nola has not thrown 100 pitches in over a full calendar year. So anxious to see how that back is. His 2 rehab starts were excellent. Take a look at this start against the Nats. He had it all going that day. Good fastball, big breaking ball, and when he mixes in his changeup, it makes him that much more effective. Hopefully he can do that to really offset this Pirates lineup.
Yeah, you know, Ben, the good news was that the DL stint was not for an arm injury, but for that lower back strain, as you mentioned. So here's how he broke it down when pitching well in 2017.
Yeah, he's got a 4.5 ERA. Now, that's going to get a lot better, and I think you're going to see the numbers improve, definitely on the fastball, but for sure on that curveball, which is his out pitch, and he'll throw it at any time.
Well, 3-6 is the best-case scenario for the Phils on this 9-game road trip if they were to get the win today. And certainly the road has not been a kind place for the Phils. They've already played 8 more games on the road than they have at home this season, and you see the numbers are lopsided.
Yeah, it's really, especially with the average. I mean, those are drastic numbers with the average. Home runs pretty much almost equal despite playing after today. It will be 9 more games on the road. The ERA is a bit up, but if you're scoring more runs, obviously, Murph, you're going to win some ball games. So hopefully they can really change that today. It's a good park to hit, and especially for some of these lefties, hopefully they can pull through.
Finish on a high note, get that 3rd win of the road trip, and then see what happens when you head back to Citizens Bank Park. Well, it'll be Aaron Nola on one side, and Chad Kuhl, the University of Delaware product, pitching against the team he grew up watching. He already has 1 win against the Phils. We'll see what he is able to do today for the Pirates. Lineups and first pitch and an update on the soggy weather when we come back.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota. Let's go places. By Citizens Bank. Official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com.
here in Pittsburgh, and the good news is that, well, the rain has stopped for now, and it looks like we're going to be pretty much on time to get this one started as the umpires have gathered at home plate and are just talking things over as they wait for the Pirates to take the field. Aaron Nola for the Phils is still throwing some warm-up pitches down there in the Phils bullpen, so it appears that he is just about done doing that as well. The young fans here in Pittsburgh selected to be the starting 9 for the kids Pirates starting lineup are out there. You see Aaron Nola and Andrew Knapp doing some high fives and some fist bumps. There's the youngsters waiting for the Pirates defense to take the field, and well, that's what they're getting set to do right now. Wearing their black pants and yellow jerseys on this Sunday and the pillbox hats. University of Delaware native Chad Kuhl sign an autograph before he gets set to face the team that he grew up watching as a young man in Delaware. Went to Middletown High School and University of Delaware. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but first we'll give you today's starting lineup for the Phillies. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. And this is what it looks like for the Phils today. Cesar Hernandez will lead off and play second base, followed by Freddie Galvis and Aaron Altair. Michael Saunders will bat fourth today and play right field. Center fielder Odubel Herrera bats fifth. Mikel Franco still in that sixth spot. He'll play third base, followed by Brock Stassi at first, Andrew Knapp behind the plate, and the pitcher, Aaron Nola, batting ninth. And they will face Chad Kuhl, who is 1-4 this season with a 6.69 ERA. In 35 innings pitched so far for the Pirates. He's a highly touted prospect who came up a year ago. Did face the Phillies at one point and got a win at Citizens Bank Park. And well, they're high on this young man, Ben.
As you said, Murph, Delaware native, 4-pitch pitcher, very good fastball, sitting right about 95 miles per hour. Change curve and a slider, but predominantly fastball slider.
Well, as we get the first warm-up pitches from Chad Kuhl underway, we'll check in with our Nissan keys to the game.
Keys, Aaron Nola, take a deep breath. It's been a while since he's been out here on the big league diamond, so take a deep breath. And then I'd like to see the offense sell out on a pitch or two. And I mean, these Pirates pitchers, they've been pounding these hitters inside, the Phillies hitters. So sell out on a pitch, turn and burn on a pitch, get them out of your kitchen, sell out, see if you can go up top one time.
All right, there you have it, keys to the game. Phils won the first game of this 3-game series, but they fell yesterday. So the rubber match here on Sunday afternoon. The weather forecast is a little iffy, but no rain right now. And it looks like the rain's going to hold off for at least an hour and a half based on the latest forecast. So we're going to play some baseball right now. Cesar Hernandez will step in. And the first pitch of the afternoon is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Hernandez 2 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Takes that pitch over for a strike. Well, today's Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Linda McBain from Morrisville, Pennsylvania. The Phillies hit a home run today. Linda will win, well, $100. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Linda.
Count is 1-2 to Cesar Hernandez. Kuhl has his sign. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2-2 to Hernandez.
So I talked about it. This is the keys. They have made a concerted effort to pound the hitters inside.
And right back at Kuhl. One hops right into his glove, and he flips over to first for the first out. Cesar hit it hard right on the nose. Chad Kuhl, look what I found. 1-3 goes to put out.
Hey, either catch it or get a shin burger. Definitely would have gotten up the middle, especially with these wet conditions. But goes down as a 1-3.
I'm guessing catching it is preferable to the shin burger?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what he did. So Freddie Galvis will step in. Freddie also had 2 hits yesterday afternoon, batting .255 so far this season. First pitch to Freddie is a bit upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
His first 2 ABs yesterday, 2 pitches, double and a single.
He swings through that one. It's 1-1 now to Galvis.
That way to cut it loose. Very aggressive rip there by Freddie.
Kuhl works quickly. The 1-1 pitch fouled straight back. Well, there you see the skies here in Pittsburgh. It's already rained relatively hard earlier this morning as folks were arriving at the game. They were doing so between the raindrops, but pretty quiet right now as that one is lined foul and out of play. Count remains 1-2.
Do have a new first base coach today, John McLaren.
Do we know why Mickey Morandini's not there?
I believe he had some family things going on back home.
Okay. As Galvis swings through that one. He's a strikeout victim, the second out here in the top of the first.
There you see Mac. He just climbs the ladder here, does cool. Freddie goes fishing. Looks so appetizing. He just can't get on top of it.
So Aaron Altherr is the batter, batting .311 this season with 8 home runs and 25 RBIs. First pitch to Altherr is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Phils were able to get off to a quick start yesterday, but end up losing the game. The Pirates got off to a quick start in the first game of the series, then ended up losing that. As Altherr rolls over on that one. And Gope over to Josh Bell for the out. And 1-2-3 go the Phillies here in the top of the first. Frazier followed by Josh Harrison, the second baseman. Andrew McCutchen will bat third and play center. Josh Bell is the cleanup. He'll play first base, followed by David Freese and John Jaso out there in right. The 7-8-9 is Chris Stewart, Gift Ngope, and Chad Poole, the pitcher, batting ninth. And they will face Aaron Nola. And it's good to see him back in a big league uniform, getting set to pitch for the Phils, making just his 4th start this season, but he's 2-0 with an ERA of 4.50.
Got a report on Aaron. It's at about 92. Very good curveball. The changeup, I'd like to see him throw a bit more. Just throwing that changeup 12% clip. Last outing against the Buccos, not too good.
Sends the first pitch of the afternoon outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Adam Frazier has been very good as a leadoff hitter for the Pirates, batting .400 this season in the leadoff spot as he sends that one on the left field line and foul.
With the .553 batting average in day games this year.
Yeah, that's not too bad either. Well, the umpires for today, Mark Carlson is behind the plate. C.B. Buckner at first. Manny Gonzalez will be over at second base. And the crew chief, Fielding Culbreth, is over at third. And the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That was fouled back and out of play as well. Frazier was 3 for 5 yesterday with a couple of RBIs for the Pirates. Not only is he batting .553 in day games, all 3 of his home runs have come in day games. One-two pitch. On the inside corner, a called third strike. So Aaron Nola starts his afternoon off with a strikeout of Adam Frazier. That is the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Talking about good finish on the pitch. This is it right here. That fastball does not leak back out over the plate. Just freezes Frazier. Nothing he can do about it. Good way to start for Aaron Nola.
So Josh Harrison will step in, second baseman, batting .286, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs for the Pirates so far this season. First pitch from Aaron Nola, swung on and fly ball down the right field line. Brock Stassi will look at it, but it'll find the seats. And it's 0-1. Josh Harrison. And souvenir. That young lady right there. Harrison back in. And the 0-1 pitch. It's just inside for a ball, 1-1. Fans in the Delaware Valley certainly going to keep an eye on Aaron Nola. He's such a big part of what the Phils are trying to do this season and then seasons going forward. Nice play by Maikel Franco. 5-3 goes to put out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language to the menu on your cable box. But I was saying, you know, the importance of Aaron Nola in this rotation. Obviously a top draft pick a couple of years ago, a guy that's had success at the big league level. But the injury last season, which was an arm injury, the elbow strain, and then the back injury this year, you know, made folks a little wary, wondering how durable Aaron Nola can and will be.
Well, that's why I was glad, well, not glad, but that it wasn't his arm acting up. It was just his back. Same thing with Jeremy Hellickson.
You can handle the back.
Yeah, I can handle that. I can also handle that 95-mile-an-hour paint job on the outside corner.
Now that's what he does when he's at his best. He's hitting those spots. He's changing speeds a bit, and he can be very, very good. We've seen it, which is good to see. The 1-1 pitch, a little bit low for a ball. It's 2-1. Andrew McCutchen 1 for 5 in yesterday's ball game. He did knock in a run to give the Pirates a lead in yesterday's contest.
That's a few pitches I've seen. Obviously, the strikeout to Frazier, that fastball in, which would have been a fastball away to a righty. He's done it twice more here to Andrew McCutchen. If he can really dominate the lower quadrant on the outside corner, that's going to pay dividends for Aaron Nola today.
Count is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The 2-2 pitch. Weak ground ball to shortstop. Galvis. He's got it. 6-3 goes the put out, and 1-2-3 go the Pirates in the bottom of the first. Citizens Bank minor league report. Checking in on guys down on the farm. Lehigh Valley defeated Syracuse 4-3 yesterday. Nick Williams with a game-winning home run in the 10th. Reading lost a game, finally, 9-1 to New Hampshire. And Threshers swept out Lakeland as well. As the minor leagues continue to play well. Josh Bell skips over that one, allows Harrison to take it, and the flip to Cool for the out. It was an interesting play by Bell as he hopped over it, knowing it was an easier play for the second baseman.
He may have ended up having to throw that one, and Josh Bell not able to really throw the baseball around the diamond. So he just hops over it. He lets Harrison take that and on to Cool at first base.
Well, that has some self-awareness as Saunders goes down on the 4-3 put out. That'll bring up 4-1 put out, I should say. That'll bring up David Freese, third baseman, batting .273. I'm sorry, Odubel Herrera. Let me look at the right side of the card. Odubel Herrera steps in for the Phils, and the first pitch to Herrera is a little outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Gonna need that white out. Cool has his sign. The 1-0 pitch inside spins Odubel Herrera. It's 2-0 now to the Phil's center fielder.
Sure, that pitch right there prompted a, hey, we got one of those from the Phillies dugout. I always like yell at that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Get it. Herrera fouls that one back. It's 2-1 now to Odubel. Fans kind of late arriving here on a Sunday afternoon, and I think precipitation is beginning to fall as a couple of folks are scurrying up the steps. 2-1 pitch. Herrera swings through that. It's 2-2. It has been a struggle for Odubel over the last couple of weeks. 0 for 4 yesterday. Batting just .236. Swings through that one as well, and he is a strikeout victim. School's second strikeout of the afternoon, and the second out here in the top of the second.
It's just 97 right by you. Take a look at the GMC pitch cast, brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers. Just 97 right on by him.
So Maikel Franco will step in, batting .224. 6 home runs. He does have a home run on this road trip back in Texas. And he takes that first pitch over for a strike. Cool is ahead of his first batter of the afternoon. So 1 count. Ground ball hit to the left side. It's cut off by Freese. He spins and turns and fires and retires Maikel Franco. So another ground ball out for Chad Kuhl, and we head to the bottom of the second. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. And Aaron Nola back out here for a second inning of work. And it'll be Josh Bell, the first to face him here in the bottom of the second. I have the ponchos on hand today. As Bell steps in. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Bell batting .248, 9 home runs, which is tied for best in the National League amongst rookies. Well, he had a couple of hits in the first game against the Phils. No hits yesterday. 0 for 4 on the afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right back at Aaron Nola. Fields it and sends it over to first baseman Brock Stassi for the first out.
After you let it go, you're a fielder. Aaron Nola in good fielding position there. I always felt that the guys that always ended up in a good fielding position after they released the pitch were always the guys with the best balance, and always the guys that were able to put their fastball where they wanted to, because they're not coming off to one side one way or the other.
That makes sense. First pitch to David Freese is a bit upstairs and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch. Over for a strike.
Watch his motion. It's just very simple. Leg kick, extension, follow through. But when he gets done, look at that. Boom. It's perfect spot, position to catch the baseball.
Throws that one past David Freese. It's 1-2. This was yesterday. Freese hit well, he hit a home run that just got out of the ballpark. Sneaks over the corner.
Like you said, they all count the same.
That's right. A couple of hits in yesterday's game as that one is fouled down the right field line and out of play. Count remains 1-2 to David Freese. He had 2 hits in yesterday's game, but he has just 3 hits in his last 21 at bats. He had been injured, came off the DL a week and a half ago, and hasn't gotten on track since, and that's a called third strike. What he was looking for, that one was right down the middle. And it's the second strikeout for Aaron Nola.
The fastball command has been on point early on in this ball game. That is just excellent spot.
Well, a reminder, the Rockies are coming to town for the next homestand, and at 7:05 on Wednesday, it's Teva Respiratory Night, a free Phillies cap for all fans in attendance. So visit Phillies.com to get your tickets and to get your cap. Rockies coming in for a 4-game series. Line drive. Jaso just out of reach of Cesar Hernandez. And that's the first base hit of the afternoon. Jaso is aboard.
Jaso not wasting any time. He goes up there, first pitch fastball hunting, and he got it. Cesar upset he didn't catch this, but not unless he's Manute Bol. He's not getting that one.
Yeah, I mean, give Cesar some props. He got up on that one.
Get up.
I'm not sure he could get any higher than he just did there. He timed it right.
Yeah,
he was there. So he's a 2-out base runner. It's Jaso down there at first base, and that'll bring up Chris Stewart catching today. First pitch to Stewart is over for a strike. Cisco's Saravelli caught the first 2 games of the series for the Pirates, as did Cameron Rupp for the Phillies. Both guys getting the afternoon off. Stewart takes that pitch hit high for a ball. It's 1-1.
There you see Cervelli with a day off.
1-1 pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Well, you did both in your career. You were a starter, you were a backup. You always look forward when you were a backup to those day game after night games, knowing you were going to get your shot.
I like to play every game. Honestly, I felt if I had to go to the ballpark, which was a joy every day, I'd want to be in that lineup.
I think that most guys feel that way. There had to be times when you were a starter that you enjoy the day off, though.
No,
never.
Never.
Were you one of those guys that got angry at your manager?
No, you wouldn't get angry. You'd understand it, but
I could see that.
I just love playing.
Yeah.
I miss playing. That's why this is next to play. This is the greatest thing in the world.
2-1 pitch, fouled out of play.
But you get to be around it. You get to be around the guys, talking baseball. It just never gets old.
I would agree with that. Guys on the Phillies bench talking a little baseball, I'm sure. There's Daniel Nava, who left the game on Friday night with a little bit of a leg injury. He's day-to-day right now. I don't think it's anything too serious, which is good news. Pitch to Stewart, also fouled back. The count remains 2-2 to Chris Stewart.
I guarantee you talk to those three guys, Ty Kelly, Tommy Joseph, and Daniel Nava, and you go stuck a microphone in front of their face like, hey guys, you enjoy this day off? Every one of them would say, absolutely not.
3 no's. Yeah. Tommy, I saw Tommy this morning, and I know he's a guy that wants to play every day, obviously, but the body needs time to rest, and obviously the other guys on the 25-man roster need to play from time to time to keep them sharp, so you can understand. It certainly makes sense. Especially a guy like Tommy who's going so well right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Runner off first is Jaso, and the 2-2 pitch popped up. Freddie Galvis underneath, and he makes the catch. That's the final out of the second, and the Pirates leave 1 on, no score. Trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line.
Dave Parker.
Close. Yeah, it's been a long road trip, so I think they're taking it easy on you today. The answer is not those 2 gentlemen. The question is, who is the Pirates' all-time leader in leadoff home runs? That answer will be revealed later in the game. I think you're going to get that one. Well, maybe it is one of those 2 guys. I don't know. Could be. Do you think they have that hanging in their closet in the same spot where the rest of their clothes are?
Most likely.
Probably.
Or they have their own pirate closet.
Would be cool. Maybe it's just a chest.
I see what you did there, Murph.
Brock Stassi is the batter for the Phils. Batting .212 this season. Takes that one inside as feet get moved. It's 2-0 to Brock Stassi. Did have one at bat yesterday, did Stassi, after coming into the game late, 0 for 1. I would imagine he likes the look of this ballpark for his swing. 2-0 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Cole has his sign, and the 2-1 pitch fouled back. It's 2-2.
An aggressive swing there by Brock. Probably a pitch he'd like to have back. Yesterday, pulled off a pitch. Swing was okay, but his head just came off a little bit. Happened again there. I'd like to see him keep that head down on it a bit more.
2-2 pitch inside for a ball. 3-2. That's the first 3-ball count of the game for either team, actually. Both pitchers pitching to contact, staying out of these big counts. The 3-2 pitch, ground ball, hard hit, but Harrison gathers, throws. He is smooth over there as the first out of the inning. So Stassi is retired, and that'll bring up Andrew Knapp. And, you know, we mentioned Chad Kuhl from the University of Delaware, Middletown High School in Delaware. How about this? He's the first University of Delaware player to start as a pitcher in a major league game since Dallas Green.
Really?
Yeah, way back. And then, you know, obviously the Phils honoring Dallas this year with the patch on their uniform. So we lost him earlier this spring, and yeah, so Chad Kuhl will forever be linked with Dallas Green, which is, as a young man, a ball player from Delaware, I would imagine quite a thrill and quite an honor for him. The 1-0 pitch to Knapp is fouled out of play. And the Rains, well, they have returned to PNC Park, and they have returned in earnest. Check swing over for a called strike. It's 1-2. That did not agree.
I thought that pitch was up.
One-two pitch. A little bit inside. 2-2 now to Andrew Knapp.
You feel like your GMC pitch cast. This is the pitch prior to that. That's a good pitch.
Well, ponchos are on. The rain is falling. The 2-2 pitch swung on, hit back up the middle. Nagope behind the second base bag, and he makes the play. A nice play by Gift and Gope. Their shortstop. That's the second out of the inning. Well, tomorrow, Colorado Rockies are coming to town, as we mentioned. Phillies tech kits for fans 15 and over tomorrow at 7:05 for that game. Tuesday at 7:05. Wednesday, it's to have a respiratory night. The Phillies caps free for all fans. And Thursday at 1:05, a Citizens Bank business person special, and seniors stroll the bases. Fans 55 and over down on the field after the game for that one. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order your tickets. And Aaron Nola steps in. His first at bat of the afternoon. Takes that first pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. Outside for a ball. 1-1 now to Aaron Nola. And the grounds crew has made their way to the railing. That is not a good sign. Inside for a ball. And I think Chad Kuhl is saying, I'm losing the grip on the baseball right there. He almost hit the opposing pitcher. Certainly not trying to do that.
No. I mean, it's got to be slick out there.
Yeah. He motioned to Aaron Nola, said, I'm sorry, I just lost my handle on that one. 2-1 pitch. A little bit high for a ball. 3-1. From the windup. Over for a called strike, so a full count now to Aaron Nola. Both pitchers pitching well. It would be a shame if we have to stop this one for any length of time. The 3-2 pitch outside, and he walks him. So Aaron Nola is the first base runner for the Phils.
You think he wanted that one, Murph?
I think he did. Now Stewart's going to go out and have a conversation with
down.
Chad Kuhl. Yeah, he's a little heated, probably frustrated by the weather and frustrated by that call by Mark Carlson as well.
We'll take a look here again at the GMC pitch cast. You know, I know it benefited the Phillies, but I think that's a pitch that needs to be called. I really do.
Now, Kuhl would agree with you, but I'm not sure that that's the reaction you should have.
No, that's not the mound presence they're looking for.
No. First pitch to Cesar Hernandez is over for a strike.
And that is one thing I will say, that the Phillies pitching staff as a whole, their mound presence is better than any mound presence I've ever seen.
Well, that's a good thing. Staying calm out there. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Picked up by Bell. He flips it over to Kuhl, and he wins the race to the bag. Gets his foot in there, and that's the final out of the inning. A little emotion from the Delaware product. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. On the field.
But how did it get brighter? The heavier
it's a
the
good
rain
question.
came, the brighter it got out here.
I can't answer that, not having my degree in meteorology. But it did. You're right. It is brighter than it was about 10 minutes ago. Aaron Nola, who was on the base pass, will get a couple extra seconds to warm up here in the bottom of the third. So we have time to tell you about the family packs. They're $100 packages, including 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Colas. They're available for select weekend dates throughout the season at Citizens Bank Park. It's a great value for families. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order your family packs. Well, Gift and Gope will lead it off here in the bottom of the third. We talked a little bit about his story yesterday. It's kind of remarkable where he has come from. First player from the continent of Africa to reach the big leagues. Made his major league debut on April 26, and he just promptly singled off to John Lester.
No big deal.
No big deal.
It is a great story. So what's great about the game is you get folks from all walks of life. I mean, all walks of life. Countries, continents, all playing the same game.
And here in the big leagues, playing it at the highest level. And you think about, you know, just the sheer number of people on the continent of Africa, and he is the very first to make it to the big leagues. He's a very gifted fielder. We saw that earlier in this game. Made a couple good plays. He squares around the bunt. He was in the minor leagues for a long time before finally getting the call. Nola gets back to work. He's allowed 1 hit so far. Hasn't walked anybody. It'll be Ngope, pitcher Chad Kuhl, and then the top of the order for the Pirates. The 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 0-2.
I think if you're Aaron Nola and Andrew Knapp, you just got to keep throwing that heater.
Yeah, it's got some life on it.
It's got life on it, but the location has been excellent. I'm going to go with a hook.
The 0-2 pitch. And it's a good hook. And Ngope watches that one go by. 3 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. All 3 were caught looking. Nola.
The reason I say that is because that curveball is so good, but you're having success with one pitch in particular, getting a whole lot of outs with it. It's okay to save that for later in the ball game.
Right.
But if you have conviction to throw it at that time, then throw it.
And first pitch to the pitcher Chad Kuhl's over for a strike. Still looking for his first hit of the 2017 season. And buckles on that one. It's 0-2 to Chad Kuhl.
The 3 strikeouts for Aaron thus far, all looking.
Yeah.
2 with a heater, 1 with a hook.
0-2 pitch. He turns on that one and lofts it into left field. Aaron Altair there to make the catch. 1 down, or 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Well, Sunday, June 3rd versus the Giants. The Phils will play at 4:05. And then after the game, stay for a free post-game concert featuring the Grammy-nominated band, the Avett Brothers. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. No additional purchase necessary. Tickets on sale now at Phillies.com/the Avett Brothers. You like those guys, right?
Yeah.
I can get you in. I know people. First pitch. Frazier's over for a strike. Frazier struck out in his first at bat. Inside for a ball, 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Line shot, back up the middle for a base hit. So Frazier continues to do what he does in that leadoff spot. And he was a 2-out base runner for the Pirates. And that'll bring up Josh Harrison.
He breaks his bat here, but stays through it enough. Get a hit out of off Aaron Nola there. Can't imagine he'd be running here. I know he can move, but it's a slick track out there right now.
And Harrison's been swinging a hot bat as well, so maybe let him do some work. 0 for 1 today is Harrison. Frazier leads off first. So Nola will work from the stretch for the 2nd time in this game. First pitch misses. It's 1-0.
Harrison very adept at using the right side of the field, just with that hole open between first and second. You can shoot one that way for sure.
1-0 pitch. Just misses. 2-0. Nola was looking for the outside corner there, but just a hair off the plate. So Frazier gets his lead. And a quick throw over. 2-0 pitch. Foul ball. It's 2-1. Nola has his sign. 2-1 pitch. A little bit low for a ball. Nice play by Knapp to keep that in front of him. Frazier heads back to first, but the count is 3-1 now to Josh Harrison.
See Andrew Knapp going out to get this one. I'd like to see him get down on both knees a little bit sooner. Now, by doing that, you expose the 5-hole. A lot of balls go through the wickets that way.
And another throw over to first. Frazier's back.
See Clint Hurdle.
Good baseball man for sure.
Yep.
3-1 pitch. Over for a strike. 3-2.
Well, Frazier will be off here, and Stats is going to play it behind him.
Close up that hole you were talking about.
A little bit.
So 2 outs from full count. Josh Harrison at the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd. Frazier is off and running, and big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Aaron Nola as he battles back into that count and gets his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. No score. Ideal for most hard to stick surfaces, so if it needs to get done, put it on a post-it note. Personally delivered to your desktop for free by who? Who but? WB Mason. Top of the 4th, no score. Phil's still looking for their first hit. They have had a base runner this afternoon, but no hits to show for it. Pirates with 2. As the grounds crew finishes up their work, rain is falling lightly in Pittsburgh right now.
I think they're going to be a busy crew today.
Yeah, I do too, but let's hope it stays just like this, because this you can play in. Freddie Galvis is the first batter. He struck out in his only at bat this afternoon. Cool's first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
Is it true that Pittsburgh gets the most amount of precipitation of any city in the country? Most amount?
I can't imagine that's close to being true.
No?
No. Freddie Galvis pops that one up on the left side. A long run for Ngope, but he runs it down. Freddie Galvis is the first out here in the 4th. What would make you think that?
I think I read that a few years ago. We take a look here at Giff Ngope. Freese doesn't even move. But Ngope very quick to get to it. Nice play. Would have been a fair ball. Most likely a double. I think I read that a few years ago. Seattle gets the most days of year of rain.
Okay.
But precipitation amount, I can't imagine that being true with Buffalo. And
yeah, I don't know. I will just say that I do not know the answer to that. If someone does, maybe they'll let us know. Aaron Altair steps in, fouls that one straight back. It's 0-2 quickly to Aaron Altair. He grounded out to shortstop. Cameron's prepared for the rain. That's all you need. 0-2 pitch is outside, goes to the backstop. It's 1-2. Who gets his sign from Stewart. And the 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and he got him. So Altair goes down swinging for the second out here in the 4th inning.
Good tight slider here by Cool. 88 miles per hour. I think Aaron's a little tardy getting his foot down. Pitch recognition was not there.
And that'll bring up Michael Saunders. He grounded out 4-1 in his first at bat. First pitch is over for a strike. That is the 5th straight batter that he has had the first pitch called strike, as Chad Kuhl. So working ahead of the Phillies hitters now. Saunders swings through that. And again, quickly 0-2.
He's cutting it loose. We said that his fastball will sit right about 95, 94 to 95. Last few have been at 97.
The 0-2 pitch. A little bit low for a ball, 1-2. He's faced one batter over the minimum so far. Has Chad Kuhl, just one walk. That was to Aaron Nola. 1-2 pitch. In and out of the glove of Stewart. Saunders stays alive. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Fly ball left field. Adam Frazier drifts back and he makes the catch. And it's another quick inning for Chad Kuhl. 1-2-3 go the Phillies. Still no score in Pittsburgh. By Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 1-800-JEF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. As the Duchess makes its way down the Allegheny, no score here in Pittsburgh. The ponchos are on. I really wanted to give a little play-by-play in honor of T-Mac for someone putting on a poncho. A couple folks on Twitter have asked us to do that. one of Tom's favorite things at the ballpark.
Especially when it's windy.
Yeah, that one is grounded back to Aaron Nola. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's McCutchen to ground out. As we've said on this road trip, our thoughts and prayers are with T-Mac as pay respects to his father, who passed away earlier this week back in Central Jersey. And today is the viewing for Mr. McCarthy, Tom McCarthy Sr. And so we want to let Tom and the family know we're thinking about them. Josh Bell steps in, takes that pitch a little bit high for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch is a little bit high as well, 2-0. You know, just to show, just to illustrate how respected Tom is around Major League Baseball. How about yesterday, he gets a phone call, offers some condolences, as that one is line shot. Nice play by Brock Stassi, and he'll race to the bag and make the play. Nice play. Josh Bell is out on 3 unassisted. Brock Stassi flashing some weather.
Beautiful play there by Brock. Going to that backhand. 1 hop smash off the bat of Josh Bell. Good reaction time. Ball was hit so hard, Aaron Nola didn't have time to get to the bag.
Yeah.
Smart by Brock Stassi just to take it himself.
Absolutely.
Excellent play.
Taking extra bases away from Bell.
And blowing a bubble while he's doing it.
While he's doing it, That's easy. Game's easy.
Look, I'm sorry, Murph.
Yeah, just to finish the story. So Tom, as we travel around the different Major League cities, Tom McCarthy knows everybody, first of all. And everybody always has a smile for Tom, and back, he gives one back. But he got a phone call yesterday from Vin Scully. Vin Scully called Tom yesterday to offer his condolences on the loss of his dad. And Vin started the message by saying, "Hi, Tom, it's Vin Scully from Los Angeles." As if we wouldn't know that. But yeah, it's so nice that the baseball family that Tom has offered their condolences over this very tough week for him and his family. 1-1 pitch to David Freese is coming outside for a ball, 2-1.
Well, I got to say, Murph, you're filling in admirably.
Well, thank you. Huge shoes to fill. Yep, for sure. I've got both feet in one of his. I'm just happy my voice has returned. 2-1 count with 2 outs, and Freese swings at that one, and a line drive, and Saunders reaches out and makes a nice catch out there in right field. So the Pirates are retired, and we still have no score as we head to the 5th. Giants will be in Philadelphia at 1:35 Sunday. Maikel Franco batting gloves for kids 14 and under, courtesy of Tasty Cake. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order. That youngster right there, he got that glove today here at PNC Park as they gave away those gloves to fans, young fans today. Now he needs to come on June 4th to get his batting gloves. He'll be all set and ready to play, Ben.
That picture right there, is that not Americana
awesome.
or
it was
what?
awesome, yeah.
Dad and his son in a ball game. Oh.
Love it. The 1-0 pitch to Odubel Herrera inside for a ball. It's 2-0. Herrera struck out in his first at bat. 2-0 pitch. Popped up. Shallow left field. Coming in is Frazier. Going out is Ngope. And oh man, does he cover a lot of ground. Gift Ngope makes the catch. Frazier got a late start on that. Ngope, he looked like he had it the entire way.
Hey, you're right, though. The amount of ground that he can cover. Actually overran it. Catch that ball back behind him. Get him a tighter fitting hat.
Well, that is the first out here in the 5th inning already as Maikel Franco steps in. First pitch to Franco, low and outside for a ball, 1-0. It's amazing how quick these games can be played when the pitchers are dominating the way Chad Kuhl and Aaron Nola are today. And that pitch is over for a strike. It's 1-1. Shift is on Franco. As the Pirates have most of their infield on the left side. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Maikel Franco. One-two pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-2. You like these unis for the Pirates? I know you liked their white ones yesterday.
I partial to the white ones. I don't know if I could wear these without the belt. I need a belt, Murph.
2-2 pitch. Line drive. Oh, foul. Just foul down the left field line.
I'm sure they have a tie string inside, but I wear a belt with everything except my gym shorts.
Okay.
But I would need a belt. But obviously I'd have to wear them if that's what they wear.
The uni. I didn't notice that they didn't have a belt, to be honest. 2-2 pitch. That's hard hit. Line drive left field. Frazier going back on it, but he's not going to get it. One hops off the wall. Franco around first, and he'll cruise into second. And that'll be a double here with one out for Maikel Franco in the 5th.
Loud noise right there, Murph.
Yeah. Hit the ball hard twice in that at bat, and he has a double to show for it.
It's loud up here. It's like a firework going off in the batter's box. Frazier cannot get to it. Skips off the warning track. That ball was scorched. Good swing. Again, good extension. Extension after contact. That's what creates that backspin. That's why that ball stayed on play and went over Frazier's head as opposed to getting that topspin lob and Frazier making a play on it.
Well, that'll bring up Brock Stassi's 0 for 1. He grounded out back in the 3rd inning. Second baseman Harrison. Phils have a runner in scoring position. It's their first hit of the afternoon, and pitch to Stassi is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Well, last inning, how about our Hyundai defensive play of the game?
Yeah, off the bat of Josh Bell, one hopper down the line. Brock Stassi gets to it. Beautiful play on that one hop smash. That makes it over to first base in time. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
We'll see if Stassi can add some offense to the glove right here. Franco leads off second. The 0-1 pitch. It's that fouling out of play. It's 0-2 now to Stassi. Andrew Knapp will wait on deck for the Phils.
Brock a little big, a little long right now. That's why those pitches are beating him. We can tighten that up just a bit.
Cool works from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-2. Franco takes his lead off second with 1 out here in the 5th. Stassi stands in with the 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to the right side, but foul. That's John McLaren down there in the first base coach's box. McLaren coaching first base today, as you mentioned. Mickey Morandini back home. His son is graduating today, so home to be with his family for that special occasion. The 1-2 pitch upstairs, 2-2. Now Stewart wants to have a conversation with Chad Kuhl.
So we got a little clarification. Stephanie Lynn tells us that Portland, Oregon, average annual rainfall 43 inches.
So that makes sense to me.
And Pittsburgh, through 2010, Pitt was ranked 5th in cities with the most rainy days, 151.
Okay. So they're in the top echelon, which surprises me. Yeah, lots of folks weighing in with some info on the rain. We thank you for that. We knew they would. 2-2 pitch, fouled again.
Yeah, right over the head of Matt Stairs down there in the dugout.
Didn't even blink. Stairs, he got that baseball and then proceeded to throw it into the net instead of giving it to a fan. Well, he tried to give it to a fan, but he threw it into the net. It's funny. 2-2 pitch. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Nice at bat so far from Brock Stassi.
And win the battle here, Brock. He's seen them all.
So once again from the stretch. Will checks Franco. 3-2 pitch. It's popped out of play.
Seems like he's using that slider. That was a slider there, but had more lateral movement on it. So he may have gotten around it, maybe used it more as a cutter. Up and into lefties. Take a look at the GMC pitch cast. See how that had a little bit more lateral movement. It backed up on him just a hair, but seems like with the righties, he's getting out in front of that pitch, and the pitch has more depth on it. To lefties, a little bit more lateral.
Stassi is battling. He's fouled off 3 2-strike pitches already. This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The 3-2 pitch upstairs, and he walks him. So a real good at bat for Brock Stassi, and he does win the battle. Runners at first and second now for the Phillies with 1 out, and that'll bring up Andrew Knapp.
It's actually working out here because most likely if Brock would have made an out there, they would walk Knapp to pitch to Nola.
Right.
Especially in the 0-0 ball game. So now Andrew has a chance to do some damage. Ray Sears is going to head out and talk to Chad Kuhl.
What's this conversation, do you think?
I think it's to give him a breather and tell him, hey, you don't need to throw everything 98, which was the last pitch. He just flew open and tried to throw it as hard as possible.
Kuhl, still a very young pitcher in the big leagues.
You know, if you could be more efficient, more accurate with your 93 to 95, then go ahead and do that, because that 98 up and away to Brock Stassi doesn't serve a purpose.
Right. A lot of the same conversations surrounding Vince Velasquez and the Phils. You know, you have this rocket hanging from your shoulder, and you want to use it all the time. Sometimes dial it back just a little bit more effective. Well, Andrew Knapp will step in. Knapp came into the ball game batting .275. He has 1 home run this season, 3 RBIs. Knapp hitting from the left side, and first pitch is fouled at the plate. 0-1 to Andrew Knapp. Franco leads off second. He doubled. Stassi off first. He walked with 1 out. Pitch to Knapp. Over for a strike. It's 0-2.
It's going to be tough for Andrew to get to that pitch where he stands on home plate. I mean, he's very close to home plate. Look at that overhead there.
Right up on top of it. And as you mentioned, the Pirates doing a nice job pitching the Phils in this entire series. The 0-2 pitch is upstairs for a ball. It's 1-2.
You just have to clear yourself that much sooner. And with the velocity that Kuhl's been throwing, upper 90s, you're gonna have to get that bedhead out there quickly.
Nothing else the Phils making Kuhl work this inning. First 4 innings he threw just 50 pitches. He has 21 this inning with 1 out. Pitch number 22, the 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner for a called 3rd strike. Knapp does not like it. Mark Carlson says yes, it was there.
He says no, but I guarantee we take a look at that. That's going to catch a lot of plate. And we will take a look in your GMC pitch cast. Right there. That's a good spot.
It's a real good pitch, a pitcher's pitch for sure.
And that's why if you have pitchers in the big leagues now that can pitch in effectively, you will have success. Because hitters, they don't fear that inside pitch because no one lives in there anymore.
Aaron Nola now steps in with the daunting task of trying to help himself with 2 outs here in the 5th. He takes that first pitch over for a strike. Nola did walk in his first at bat. Over for a strike as well.
Hellickson had a big double the other night. Vince Velasquez, a couple knocks yesterday.
Why not, Aaron?
Why not?
The 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one over the Phillies dugout.
See, that's great that that net's there. Really.
I totally agree.
As hot as that ball came off Aaron's bat, I mean, he hit it sideways.
Yeah.
He had no idea where it was either.
Talk about seeing it come sideways right off that. That was a perfect camera angle to see that. Kuhl has his sign. Runners lead off first and second. The 0-2 pitch. Upstairs. 1-2 now to Aaron Nola. Outside for a ball. 2-2 now to Nola.
Got a big arm. This kid has a big arm. It doesn't look like he's, I mean, he's putting a lot of effort into it, but it doesn't look like he's trying to throw it 98 every time.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Upstairs, ball 3. So a full count now to Aaron Nola. Well, he is working.
What, a keyhole him?
He's working his counterpart out there on the mound. Cesar Hernandez waits on deck. Phil's top of the order.
Get it started early, Aaron.
29th pitch this inning. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it back. Spoil a good one.
A little earlier.
Just keep doing that until he misses the strike zone again.
Yep.
Franco goes back to second.
I think if you're Aaron, though, you have to be in swing mode right now. You know, not adept at hitting. Just get it started early. Hope for the best.
3-2 pitch. Better. Fouls it straight back.
And I say that because, you know, Aaron's just not used to hitting. You have a guy with plus velocity on the mound. I think he's better off not having the bat speed as normal position players have. He's better off getting that thing started early as opposed to recognizing if it's a strike or ball or not and then trying to swing.
Okay.
Because by that time it'd be in Stewart's mitt.
And 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again. You gotta love what Aaron Nola's doing.
Heck yeah. He'd be up like 1,000,000 in cricket right now.
Is that how that works? From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Called third strike. So he finally gets Aaron Nola as a strikeout victim. And the Phils lead 2 on. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Fans trivia question answer. This was, I thought, an easy one, Ben. We'll see what you think. We asked, who's the Pirates' all-time leader in leadoff home runs?
I'm going to go with Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen is. That's what I was waiting for. Think Pirates, think home runs, and think early in his career.
Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds. 20 home runs from the leadoff spot for Barry Bonds.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, obviously the leadoff part is the part that throws you. Because
Yeah.
you think home runs in the Pirates, you think Bonds, of course. But as a leadoff guy, I thought maybe you would get that, but that maybe a little tougher than I thought. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
I even thought about Jason Kendall. He led off for a long time for the Pirates, the catcher. Played every day for them, but not a big home run guy.
As Aaron Nola gets back to work. Phillies fans, it can be tough to get in front of your TV for every game. We know that. Now always stay connected to your team with the NBC Sports app. Download and live stream every CSN Phillies game on the go. Well, it's a sparse crowd here in Pittsburgh this afternoon. A lot of folks are underneath the concourse. The seats are not indicative of how many people actually came in through the turnstiles today. As Clint Hurdle's team is locked in a battle with the Phils. Pete Mackanin. No score here in the bottom of the 5th. There also is another big sporting event happening here in Pittsburgh this afternoon, as the Penguins are in Game 5 of their series against Ottawa. A lot of excitement in Pittsburgh about the Penguins, as usual. John Jaso has one of the 2 hits this afternoon for the Pirates. He's 1-1 currently against Aaron Nola. It'll be Jaso, Stewart, and Gopek. 6, 7, 8 for the Pirates here in the 5th. Pitch is a little bit inside, a little bit low for a ball. 2-1 to Jaso. Nola fresh off his 10-pitch at bat against Chad Kuhl last inning. Kuhl also had to throw 9 pitches to Stassi before walking to him. As Jaso takes that ball a little bit low, so 3-1 now to Nola, or to Jaso from Nola. One pitch over for a strike. It's 3-2. So with the open stance and the 3-2 pitch, check swing outside, he walked him. So that's the first base on balls for the Pirates this afternoon, and Jason is the leadoff base runner here in the 5th. I'm going to bring up Chris Stewart. I guess it's easy to blame the fatigue from a 10-pitch at bat to Aaron Nola. Comes out and walks the next batter he faces.
Well, that and the 3 changeups he threw. I love him throwing that changeup, but throw it 1-0, throw it 2-0. I mean, throw it 0-0, 1-0. A little dribbler down the left field line here, but he threw it 0-0, then he threw it 1-0, and then he threw it 2-1 to get to a 3-1 count. That's just
a little too much.
A little too much.
Well, he's ahead of Stewart 0-1 early in this at bat. Jason was on the run on that.
Hit and run action.
Yeah, a little hit and run. And as you mentioned, the dribbler up the third base line. So Knapp will put down the sign. Once a heater inside, Jason takes his lead off first. And just inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Stewart likes hitting at home. 6 for 15 so far this season here at PNC Park, batting .400 coming into the game. Count is even at 1-1. Curveball misses inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Quick throw over. Jaso's back.
Another good hit and run count here, 2-1. Hurdle put it on 0-0. See if he does it here. Yep.
Off and running is Jaso. Ground ball to third. The only play will be to first. So the hit and run keeps them out of the double play. Franco 5-3 for the put out. And that's the first out here in the 5th inning. But Jason moves up to second base.
See Jaso on the move. Stewart just trying to get a ball on the ground, which he does. Rolls it over to Mike Kell at third base.
So that's the first base runner for the Pirates that has advanced past first base today. So Jaso's in scoring position as Giff and Gope will be the batter. He struck out in his first at bat. And Gope getting the start at shortstop today. Just the second game he has started at shortstop. He's also started 8 games at second base, 1 game at third base. Play a little bit of everywhere. Takes that first pitch inside for a ball.
Couple curveballs that backed up on Aaron this inning. I think he's just jumping out a little too quickly, not giving his arm a chance to catch up. That's why he keeps pushing these breaking balls into righties.
1-0 pitch.
Better.
Much better. Finds the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Wade LeBlanc, the lefty, starting to warm up in the Pirates bullpen, which is a bit surprising considering how well Poole has done. Although he did have a stressful inning the last inning, but pitch is low for a ball. It's 2-1. A little surprised by that?
A little bit. But with the weather, Clint Hurdle's thinking maybe if I get a run here and something were to happen where they get called due to the weather.
A hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Freddie Galvis has it. Play to first in time to get Ngope, but Jaso moves up to third. Station to station baseball for the Pirates. And now with 2 outs and a runner at third.
Just gets out and smothers his fastball here. Jaso make it to third. Nice charging play by Freddie Galvis.
And so the Pirates will send a pinch hitter up to bat for Chad Kuhl. It's Jose Osuna. Will bat from the right side against Aaron Nola. And I guess that's the thinking for Clint Hurdle.
Got to be.
That one could win it if the skies open up. And this has been their only chance really so far. But I don't know. I got to think if you're the Phillies, happy to say goodbye to Mr. Kuhl.
Yeah. He ball well today, that's for sure.
CSN has you covered on air, online, and now with podcasts. Take insider info on all your favorite Philly teams wherever you go. Download and listen on Audio Boom, iTunes, Google Play, and of course, CSNphilly.com. Podcasts. As Chad Kuhl gets some congratulations from his teammates. He pitched well today. First pitch to Osuna's swing and a miss. So 0-1. So the Phils can see their way out of this.
Kuhl lowered his ERA from 6.69 down to 5.85. 5 scoreless innings today.
Yeah, one pitch. That has a line drive to center field, but Odubel Herrera is there and he makes the catch. So no runs across for the Pirates, and the Phils will get back to it. Still with no score here in Pittsburgh. It's the day off today, but we might see him later on in this game. We will see Wade LeBlanc right now as he comes in as the new Pirates pitcher here in the top of the 6th. Big left-hander. Hasn't pitched since Thursday. Cesar Hernandez will be the first to face him. Top of the order for the Phillies here in the 6th. It'll be Hernandez, Galvis, and Altair. With Phils, as you see LeBlanc's numbers, appearing in his 15th game. He's 2-0 with a 2.49 ERA. He's pitched well for the Pirates out of the bullpen so far this year. Still think, well, it remains to be seen whether or not the Phils can take advantage of the fact that Kuhl, who was pitching really well in this ball game, is now on the bench. Kuhl went 5 innings, allowed just 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Of course, the no runs. Cesar Hernandez fouls that one on the bunt attempt. And it'll be 0-1 to Hernandez. He's 0 for 2 today, 2 ground outs. Back to the pitcher.
Had a flashback to the game in Texas where he bunted, and they said he was out of the box. This one hits right off his face.
Ouch.
They deemed him to be out of the box and therefore out when the ball hit him. Of course, that was not the case.
No, it was not. Way inside for a ball. It's 1-1 to Cesar Hernandez. Cesar saw his average dip below 300 at the beginning of this series, and he back up over 300. 0 for 2 today. He's teetering right there. That was fouled off the front of the Pirates dugout.
These Pirates pitchers, they get it and they chuck it, don't they?
They sure do. I love it.
Man.
Lefty from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 2-2.
The change up there, fading away from Cesar. Nice job of him to lay off that pitch.
Yeah. Blanc again outside for a ball. 3-2 now to Cesar Hernandez.
Look at the pitch before that changeup. It comes out of his hand and then just fades away.
The count is full. And this from the right side, digs in. The 3-2 pitch swung on. Popped up to center field. Going back on it is McCutchen at the track, and he is able to make the catch. So Hernandez hit it well, but just into that cutout there in left center field. McCutchen tracks it down. Well, 2 great post-game fireworks shows coming your way, sponsored by Xfinity. Thursday, July 6th versus Pittsburgh at 6:05, and Friday, July 7th versus San Diego at 6:35. Great holiday fireworks from the city of Philadelphia. Not too early to start planning to see these games. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to get your tickets. So Cesar Hernandez gave it a ride, but 1 out here in the 6th. Then I'll bring up Freddie Galvis. He takes that first pitch over for a strike. Outside for a ball.
This was a good swing here by Cesar. He just caught the bottom of it, unfortunately. Ball's in the air for a long time.
Yeah, and he did find the deepest part of the ballpark as well. It's a bit low for a ball. 2-1. Ground ball. Third baseman Freeze bobbles it, picks it back up. That's plenty of time to get Galvis over at first base. So 2 outs here in the 6th. That'll bring up Aaron Altair.
Yeah, Freeze gets to it, knocks it down, picks it up cleanly on the bell at first base.
We've seen him do that a couple times in this series.
The play he had yesterday was excellent.
Yeah.
Off the bat of Odubel Herrera.
And
it was full extension.
And a big part of that game.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that would have gotten the Phillies within 2 runs of the Pirates at that part.
Altair takes a swing, swings through it. 0-1 to Altair. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. You get the feeling that this game is going to be decided on one big swing at this point. Certainly Altair's capable of doing that. Well, I guess you don't want him thinking like that up at the plate, but
I wouldn't mind if the thought crossed his mind.
I think it probably has. Hitting a home run would be cool. 1-1 pitch. Comes through it. 1-2. But your approach should probably not be that, right?
Correct.
Nola has done his job today. 1-2 pitch on the inside corner, called. Third strike, and Altair knew it. Mark Carlson rings him up, and the Phils go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th. By WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota. Let's go places. Bottom of the 6th, no score in the Steel City. 2 hits for the Pirates, just 1 for the Phils. It has been all pitching this afternoon. As Phillies fans mixed in with Penguins and Pirates fans watching this game. Knock on wood, the weather is cooperating as we speak, and Adam Frazier, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates, steps to the plate and takes that first pitch over for a strike.
You had mentioned that the Penguins being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And first name that comes to mind obviously is Sidney Crosby.
Never heard of him. 0-1 pitch, ground ball, back up the middle. Oh man, Frazier. This continues to rake. So that is the 3rd hit of the afternoon for.
We'll get there back to that point in a second, Murph. But Aaron Nola has been. It's exactly what you want to see out of him. Pinpoint control with his fastball. He's been good. He's been agile on the mound. Dotting right there to Freese. And then the big hook to Ngope. And another big hook to Harrison. He's been on his game today. Fastball command has been excellent. That's the one thing I really wanted to see today was fastball command. You're getting that out of Aaron Nola right now.
Yeah, you have to be happy and excited to see what Aaron Nola has done coming off the disabled list. Just 68 pitches so far here in the 6th, and his control and command has been there. It's terrific to see as he misses outside for a ball 1-0 to Josh Harrison. 0 for 2 today. How about Frazier? 8 hits in his last 3 starts.
Seeing it well.
He leads off first. Perfect time for our first double play of the afternoon. Quick throw over.
No, I was thinking about the Penguins and Sidney Crosby, and Phillies' disdain for him. Who do you think is despised more, the Philadelphia or the Dallas Cowboys as a whole, or Sidney Crosby as an individual?
Well, I'll tell you after this pitch what I think. 1-0 pitch. It is a little bit low for a ball. 2-0 now. All right, I would say the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I would say.
As a whole, are more despised. You know, citywide.
Yeah.
Delaware Valley.
Yep.
Not to say that Sidney Crosby is not despised, because he is. Man, oh man, would he look good in orange and black, though, right? He had Frazier leaning. Quick throw over. Frazier able to get back in time.
I don't know if another team will be willing to take that risk with all his concussions he's had over the years. Frazier is leaning over there.
Yeah. Time is called.
Got happy feet at first base.
Yeah, he's dancing over there. Well, we saw the Pirates put the hit and run on. Was it last inning or 2 innings ago?
Yeah.
Try and stay out of a double play.
Never stops moving those feet. Look at him.
And he takes a step and stops, but misses with that one. So 3-0 now to Harrison, with McCutchen waiting on deck.
Look at this last pitch. This 2-0 pitch. I had it right at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, it's low
down there.
.30 pitch. Fouled out of play. We're getting a 3-0 green light is Harrison. We saw Saravelli get a 3-0 green light last night or yesterday and do some damage with it. Base hit, 2 RBIs to break that game open. Clint Earl not afraid to let his guys swing. The count is 3-1 now to Harrison. And another throw over, and just back is Frazier. Stassi can put that tag on in a hurry, can't he? Boom, boom. That was close. But he is back.
Now Frazier reached for the back part of the bag. Youngsters at home watching that. Takes longer for the first baseman to tag you if you reach for the back of the bag.
Sometimes that makes all the difference.
It does.
3-1 pitch. The runner's going, and that's a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Frazier rounds second, and he's going to get to third. Good aggressive base running by Frazier, and now runners at first and third, and nobody out here in the 6th. That ball was scorched by Harrison, and Altera got to it quickly, but it unfolded right in front of Frazier, and he thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to round second. I see it. I can beat it. It doesn't even draw the throw.
Yeah, it makes it that much easier, like you said, Mark, when the play is right in front of you. That ball's hit the right field. He's going to have to pick up third base coach.
So now the Pirates have something going. Runners at first and third, nobody out. And Andrew McCutchen will be the batter for the Pirates. McCutchen was 1 for 5 yesterday, but his one hit was an RBI single. Phil's infield is back. And off he goes as Harrison. The throw down. No throw down to second. Now second and third with nobody out.
I'm not sure which play was put on here to throw through or just eat it here for Andrew Knapp, but if he did get the throw through, it's a wise decision to eat that because he had such a big jump. No way you're going to get Harrison at second base.
Yeah, there was no doubt that he was heading on that first pitch to second base, and he left early, timed it perfectly, and second and third, nobody out. And McCutchen grounds that to third base. That's a break for the Phils. Franco up with it and over to first. That is a big first out here in the 6th inning. Huge. Best case scenario right there.
That's exactly where you want him hitting the baseball. McCutchen just spinning off and rolling it to third base. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Now I think they're going to walk Bell, but yes, I would. I think it's a wise decision.
So bases loaded now as Bell will take his base.
Figure out what depth they're going to play. Most likely play at a 3 depth. 3 meaning not all the way in, so the middle infielders can basically figure out if the ball's hit sharply to them, they can still make the double play up the middle. If it's a little roller, they can throw it home
for a force out at home play.
Exactly.
So Pete McCann and Larry Boa talking that over, letting the defense know what they want to do. Infield came together, talked a little bit about it as well.
Actually, all the way back.
Yeah, they are all the way back.
And you see Freddie right there, Cesar right there.
Stassi's up at first base, near the grass, in front of the runner at first. David Freese is the batter. The first pitch to Freese, breaking ball over for a strike.
First pitch curveball here from Aaron. It's on the inside corner.
Well, Freese is a guy that will ground into a double play or two. See his numbers with bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch. Ooh, he hit him. Unbelievable. Right off the arm. And, well, obviously that's not what Aaron Nola was looking to do. A run will score for the Pirates. Freese heads down to first base. And the Pirates have a 1-0 lead.
Ball just gets away, hits Freese right there in that arm pad. It's an RBI the hard way. Not the worst thing that could happen. Yes, they got a run, but you still have double play in order. And I hope that doesn't deter Aaron Nola from pitching inside, which he's done effectively today.
You wouldn't think that one pitch getting away would do that to Aaron Nola, as John Jaso will step in. It remains to be seen. Today's Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Pirates all-time home run leaders. Well, we just saw McCutchen ground out the third, but he's on that list with Willie Stargell, Ralph Kiner, Roberto Clemente, and Barry Bonds. That's a pretty good list.
Yes.
Andrew McCutchen, number 4 on that list, 181. There he is.
Well, Scott and I were talking about him on the walk back to the hotel yesterday, and it's just a shell of himself anymore.
Jaso, ground ball second base. That could be 2. Flip to Galvis for 1. Over to first, double play. And the Phils get out of any further trouble. They got the double play they needed, but the Pirates score a run. They lead it by 1 at the end of the 6th. Afternoons, we take a look at our Honda game summary. Miguel Franco had a double in the 5th. That was the only time the Phils really had anything going. You just saw the hit batsman allowing the run to score in the 6th inning. That's where we stand as we head to the top of the 7th. The Pirates leading this game 1-0. Pitchers for both sides have been very good. Aaron Nola has been very good. Poole was as well. And Michael Saunders will be the first to bat here in the top of the 7th inning. He takes that first pitch a bit high for a ball.
Let's get Aaron Nola some runs here.
Saunders swings through that one. It's 1-1 now to Michael Saunders. Ground out and the fly out in this ball game for the Phil's right fielder. Upstairs for a ball, 2-1. Wade LeBlanc in for his second inning of work for the Pirates. A light work of the Phils' top of the order back in the 6th. 2-1 pitch. Slow breaking ball. He misses. 3-1 now to Michael Saunders. It'll be Saunders, Herrera, then Franco in this inning. And it swung on. Fly ball center field. McCutchen over and makes the catch, and that's the first out.
Oh, here's the double play off the bat of John Jaso. Bob McClure had just gone out to the mound. Jaso thinking, well, he's going to want to get ahead here with the fastball. No. Throws him a changeup. Jaso out in front, 4-6-3, inning-ending double play.
Aaron Nola able to pitch out of that jam there in the bottom of the 6th inning. The only blemish on his afternoon is the hit by pitch, and that allowed Frazier to score. Odubel Herrera is the batter and takes that one outside. Bit low for a ball. 1-0 to Odubel Herrera. Trying to bust out of his funk is Odubel Herrera, and he hits that one line shot off the top of the glove of Ngope, and that was a solid base hit for Odubel Herrera. I thought for a second the way it's been going for Herrera that Ngope was going to get that. He thought it too. You can see the look on his face, but just off the top of his glove.
That's going to be it for LeBlanc as Clint Hurdle come out and make a double switch, but all-speed pitch right there. Odubel gifting Ngope. Thought he had it.
And Clint Hurdle going to make a double switch. Day is done for Jaso as he comes in. So Hurdle's going to make a change. We'll have all the details on that change when we come back. Phils have a base runner with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And they trail it 1-0. Nothing here in Pittsburgh, top of the 7th, 1 out. And here's our Toyota turning point.
Probably the first ever turning point with a hit batter. That's exactly what happened there. David Freese gets hit by Aaron Nola. Adam Frazier scores. Make it a 1-0 ball game. That is your Toyota turning point.
You said it. That is the RBI, an RBI the hard way for sure. As Juan Nicasio checks in to his 21st ball game already this season. He's 1-2 with an ERA of 1.42. We saw Nicasio the other night pitch very well for the Pirates all season long. Other changes for the Pirates. We mentioned Jaso was jogging in from right field. Well, he stopped at first base. He is the new first baseman. Josh Bell's day is done, and Danny Ortiz out there in right field for the Pirates. And Maikel Franco will step to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He smoked a double into the left center field gap in his last at bat. He's got Odubel Herrera over there at first. And a quick throw over, and Herrera is back. where it was picked off on Friday night. First base. He has to be very careful down there right now because the Phillies need base runners. First pitch to Franco is outside and low for a ball. It's 1-0. And the rain has started to fall once again.
Jaso made the last out of the inning, but Hurdle deciding to go out and get Josh Bell, bring him off the field as opposed to John Jaso. Jaso in there for defensive purposes. Bell, a good hitter, but still lacking in the field defensively.
Where leads off first. The 1-0 pitch to Franco is outside for a ball. 2-0. Mentioned we saw Nicasio the other day. Well, he faced two batters, but he retired them both. He's only been scored upon one time in his last 15 appearances for the Pirates.
Let's make it 2 for 16.
That would be just fine. Ooh, on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. Let's take a look at that one.
Either way.
It looked off from up here. It was off. That one's over for a strike. So 2-2 now. What a difference. 3-1 to 2-2.
Take a look again at the GMC pitch cast.
Well, that's a strike.
Yeah, not where Stewart was set up.
But the one before it was not. So Franco will have to protect with 2. Guerrero leads off first. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2. Nice play by Stewart. And there's some action in the Phillies bullpen as Pat Neshek begins to warm up. Nola would be up in 3 more batters in this inning. The Phils are able to put some hits together. Quick throw over. Odubel leaning for a second, but he's able to get back.
You just hold your breath sometimes when you see him flinch out there.
Can I let my breath go now? Count is full to Maikel Franco. Guerrero's on the run. 3-2 pitch, swung on, lofted high into the air on the left side. And Gope says he has it. Guerrero heads back to first. So a pop out to the shortstop for Franco, and that's the second out of the inning. And you can see that Franco is frustrated as he tosses the bat aside. There's Pat Neshek warming up for the Phils. Brock Stassi will be the batter. Stassi's 0 for 1 today. He walked in his last at bat. Had a good feeling about this at bat.
I'm with you,
First
Murph.
pitch to Stassi is put upstairs for a ball. 1-0.
See that Rawlings baseball go for a little swim here.
It'll be a perfectly good time for sure. 1-0 pitch over for a strike. 1-1. 2 outs if he finds a gap somewhere. You can imagine Herrera being able to get around to score, tie this one up. One pitch, swung on, center field. McCutchen, a couple steps to his left, and he reaches up and makes the catch. So Brock Stassi flies out to center. The threat is over for the Phils here in the 7th. America. Well, RBI Baseball 2017 returns with fast-packed pick-up-and-play MLB action, packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. PlayStation 4 and mobile devices. Learn more at rbigame.com. Hard to believe there's already 4 PlayStations, man.
It really is hard to believe.
Steve Blass throwing out some T-shirts to the fans here in Pittsburgh. Reach out, Ben. You can get one.
Giving away a lot of stuff.
He sure is. Yesterday at the ballpark, they gave away the Bob Walk bobble chair. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Bob Walk apparently one day fell off his chair, and it was on the Snoop camera, as often things are.
Yes.
Became a big deal. And so they made a bobblehead out of it. There's Bob. It was a big hit yesterday. Well, time for our State Farm double play. It was a big one for sure, as the Pirates were threatening.
Huge one. Off the bat of John Jaso, 4-6-3 double play. Exactly what Aaron Nola and the Philadelphia Phillies needed. That is your State Farm double play.
And Aaron Nola back out on the hill for the Phils. We start the bottom of the 7th inning. That sentence in and of itself is a good thing, as Aaron Nola has been very, very effective today coming off the disabled list. Phils trail this one 1-0, but even if it were to end this way, which I hope it does not, but even if it were, I think you could take a lot of positives from seeing Aaron Nola today and the way he has thrown the baseball. So Chris Stewart will step in to face Nola here in the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch is the outside corner for a strike. It'll be Stewart and Gope and Osuna now in the 9th spot for the Pirates. 0-2 now to Stewart. Make that Ortiz in the 9th spot for the Pirates. Nola's ahead of Stewart, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch upstairs, 1-2. The Pirates catcher. Only 6 hits in the ball game. 4 for the Pirates, 2 for the Phillies. Not a whole lot of base runners. Outside, 2-2 now to Stewart. Two pitch. Fouled out of play down the right field line. Once again, the skies have brightened here in Pittsburgh.
Still raining. Spitting, I should say.
Yeah, a little bit, but based on the forecast, I thought we would be back in Philadelphia by now. I didn't think there was any chance they were going to play this game according to the weather reports yesterday. 2-2 pitch, popped up, right side. Brock Stassi in foul territory. Fighting the glare a little bit, but makes the catch. 1 out. So I'll bring up the shortstop, Gift Ngope. Also 0 for 2 in the game. Those Phillies fans are glad that baseball was played here in Pittsburgh today, as are we. Well, it works from the windup in the first pitch. Then Ngope, big swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Nola's gotten him looking for a strikeout and a ground ball to Freddie. It's short.
That one's upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1 now to Ngope. '85 pitches for Aaron Nola, with 1 out here in the 7th. That one's over for a strike. It's 1-2. Nola's due up second for the Phils in the 8th inning, so you would imagine that this is his last inning of work. Joely Rodriguez starting to get loose in the pen. Big swing and a miss, and he got him. Another strikeout for Aaron Nola. And that is the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 7th.
I don't think Ngope's seeing this breaking ball too well. He got him looking at first at bat, and that's a very awkward swing there.
5 strikeouts on the afternoon for Aaron Nola. And that'll bring up Danny Ortiz. His first at bat in this ball game after checking in, part of the double switch. Nola's first pitch to Ortiz hits it well down the left field line. Aaron Altair drifting back at the track and at the wall and makes the catch. That carried better than I thought it would, but it's an out, and that is the end of the 7th. Pirates up by 1. To you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. We get set to start the 8th inning here in Pittsburgh. It's 1-0 Pirates. What a job by that guy, Aaron Nola, today. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, just the 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. The only runner across the plate comes on a hit batsman.
Numbers are good. Obviously, those numbers are really, really good, but I was just happy with the way the ball was coming out of his hand.
Yeah.
The command of the fastball was good. A couple good changeups. The curveball was exceptional. He looked like he was mid-season form.
He really did, and coming off the disabled list, it's a terrific sign. He's obviously 100% healthy, and well, good to see. But the Phils still trail this game 1-0, and they have 2 at-bats left to rectify that situation, as Felipe Rivero is the new pitcher for the Pirates, and Andrew Knapp is the first to face him. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. It's 0-1.
Rivero, triple-digit fastball, put away, filthy changeup.
Yeah, before the game, in all 3 of these Pirates games, we saw the Inside the Pirates baseball show, and they were talking about Rivera's changeup being the most unhittable pitch, percentage-wise, in all of baseball. 58% of the time it's put into play. Snap gets that one past Juan Samuel down the third base line.
And the Phillies have seen Rivero. He's coming over with the Washington Nationals in that Mark Melanson trade.
He has been good. Opposing hitters batting just 167 against Rivero. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, hard hit. Foul right past John McLaren. Nice pick up by the ball girl down there.
You see that fastball reaching 100 miles per hour. Never seen Mac move so quickly.
He didn't have a choice. 1-2 pitch inside for a ball. 2-2. Another fastball at 100 miles an hour. So is this when you see the changeup?
You would think after he rushed him inside. It's hard not to honor that 100 miles an hour, though.
Batting from the right side. Pitch. Ground ball. Foul. Just outside the third base bag.
Oh, the curveball.
I've heard so much about this changeup. I'm just waiting on it now.
He's only thrown 1 this at bat. You're going to see it here, Murph.
And there it was. Andrew Knapp swings through it. And that is the first out of the inning. So Knapp is a strikeout victim. And that's the first out of the inning.
Take a look at the grip there. You can see it right there. He's got that circle change. Comes out of his hand. Same arm speed. The grip will dictate how fast the ball comes out of your hand. When you choke it like that, 11 miles an hour off his fastball.
Tommy Joseph steps in as the pinch hitter, and he fouls that one down the right field line. We thought we might see him today. Tommy's been swinging a hot bat in the month of May. Just 3 for 21 as a pinch hitter, but has the ability to tie this one up with 1 swing of the bat. And he grounds that one to the left side. Freezes over and makes the play. 5-3 goes the put out. So that's the second out here in the 8th inning. Time now for our WB Mason deliveries of the game.
Aaron Nola, we just talked about him. He was on his game today. Leadoff batter Adam Frazier, caught looking. Very agile on the mound. Fastball into David Freese. Big hook to Ngope. Another big hook to Jay. Ngope one more time with that curveball. He was sharp today. They are your WB Mason deliveries of the game.
So Cesar Hernandez is the batter here in the 8th, and he takes that first pitch from Rivero outside and low for a ball. 1-0. 24,445 here at PNC Park today. I'm sure another big crowd over watching a hockey game. Cesar swings and fouls that one back. Penguins, by the way, are up 1-0 on Ottawa right now, as are Pirates on the Phillies 1-0. Make that 2-0 Penguins. And they just scored again. It's 3-0. That's my last update on the Penguins. 1-1 pitch, over for a strike.
Pretty formidable end of the back of the bullpen here for the Pirates. Nicasio, Rivero, and then Watson coming in to close it.
1-2 pitch, broken bat, and Rivero picks it up, spins, and he throws it into right field. A little flip throw from Rivera, and you could see he was uncomfortable feeling that from the very start. Cesar Hernandez busting it down the line, unable to turn the corner and get the second, but he is safe at first. That'll be an error on the pitcher.
Rivera really doesn't hustle over. There's no sense of urgency here. He gets it and then just airmails it to Jaso at first base. See if the Phillies can make that pay.
Wouldn't that be nice? So Hernandez is safe at first. Happened to him yesterday as well, didn't it? Safe down there on a throwing error on the pitcher.
That was on a bunt attempt.
That was on a bunt,
which he got a hit out of.
Yeah,
this one goes down as an error.
They called that one a hit. You're right. But... So Hernandez leads off first, and throw over. Keep Hernandez honest. We'll see what Freddie Galvis can do with Felipe Rivero. Fouls that pitch back and out of play. It's 0-1. Rain begins to fall again here in Pittsburgh. The 0-1 pitch inside, 1-1.
People always ask me, what was it like to catch a 100-mile-an-hour fastball? Doesn't that hurt your hand? And it doesn't. It's just like you heard that the pop of Chris Stewart's mitt all the way up here.
In the dirt, 2-1.
Well, those mitts are made the way they are.
I have a feeling it would hurt my chest because I'd probably miss it. And it would go out through the back.
A funny visual there. That's a big
funny for you.
Smoke coming out.
Two outs, one runner on here in the 8th. Phillies trail by 1. Pitch to Freddie Galvis, ground ball, foul ball, just outside the third base bag. About 3 inches foul, or we might be talking about something.
Yep. You wonder why David Freese isn't hugging that line because of Rivero's fastball. You know, that ball hit down line, but not hit very hard. Because Rivero throws so hard, he's thinking Freddie's not going to get the bat head out.
Fouls that one back, so the count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. If you're Freddie, you're almost better off hitting one to right field, hoping to get it down that right field line. Let Cesar run a little bit. But with 2 strikes, I guess at this point, just trying to make some contact. Stewart calls for the fastball in. Fouled away again.
Remember Freddie hitting that game winner off Aroldis Chapman a couple years ago when Chapman was with the Reds.
Just inside the foul pole, down the left field line. 2-2 pitch. Now back.
Odubel on that top step of the dugout, rooting his teammate on. Love to see that.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the 8th.
Goose is wild.
2-run shot. Cesar Hernandez leads off first. Here's the pitch. Fouled at the plate. Freddie Galvis stays alive.
Heck of a bat. Everything inside, inside, inside. Odubel's animated down there, isn't he?
Always is. Hard hit ball to the left of Ngope, who broke the wrong way. It's kind of a knuckleball. That's a base hit for Freddie Galvis. And they have runners at first and second. So on the 9th pitch of that at bat,
What an AP.
he's able to kind of fist that one out into center field. You saw Ngope broke to his right and then had to come back left.
He did. Watch this ball. It just starts going. He slices it right off the end of the bat out in front of Hare. And the ball just slices away from Ngope.
So that'll bring out Ray Searage to have a conversation with his pitcher, Felipe Rivero. The Phils have runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And Aaron Altair will step up.
Love to see Phillies push a couple cross here. Take advantage of that throwing error by Rivera with 2 outs.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it has been it's been a long road trip. It's 10 days on the road. We had an off day. We had a rain out, a doubleheader, and only 2 wins so far on this road trip. It sure would be nice to finish up comeback fashion, get a win, head back home for a 7-game homestand against the Rockies and the Reds. These guys certainly work hard each and every day. It's nice to see them reap some of the benefits right now. I don't know if there's a better guy up than the guy you have right now, Aaron Altair. First pitch from Altair. He swings through that one. It's 0-1. 99 miles an hour. That one's a bit low for a ball. It's 1-1. Michael Saunders is on deck for the Phils. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning for Rivero, so he is working. Runners lead off first and second. 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 2-1.
Matt Stairs, nice and easy, Aaron. Still have to let the pitch travel.
Let Rivera generate the power.
Exactly.
2-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. 3-1. Action in the Pirates bullpen as Felipe Rivera will take a walk. So if you're Aaron Altair right here, are you picking a spot? Is that what you're doing here?
I mean, if I were personally batting, I'd say I'd look for something in and down, middle in and down. Not just swinging because it's in my favor.
Swings through that one. So 3-2 now to Altair.
So your GMC pitch cast, just at the top of the zone.
I wonder if that would have been called a strike. Well, the count is 3-2 with 2 outs. here in the 8th. Runners at first and second. Aaron Altair, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. We got it. So Altair is a strikeout victim, and the Phils unable to do any damage against Rivero despite his best efforts. So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates still up by 1. Unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. Get you caught up with what's happening around baseball. Well, it looks like the White Sox are close to signing the Cuban outfielder Luis Robert. He's only 19 years old. He's considered the second top prospect in all of international baseball, and he appears to be a stud. And it looks like the White Sox are getting close to signing to him $27 million
Yeah, he better
deal.
be for that price tag.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for an unproven player, but that appears ready to happen. And Brian McCann also placed on the 7-day DL with a concussion. And he joins Dallas Keuchel, who we told you yesterday was on the DL for the Astros. The good news is they have Evan Gattis there, too, who is a very productive backup catcher. So he'll be the guy filling in for McCann. Edeber Ramos is the pitcher for the Phils here in the bottom of the 8th. And it's the top of the order for Pirates. Frazier 2 for 3 today, 2 singles on his last 2 at-bats. Watches that one go outside. 2-0 now to Frazier. And there is Tony Watson, Pirates closer, who we've seen in the previous 2 games already this series. Ramos misses there upstairs. 3-0 right now to Frazier. He misses again. So Ramos walks the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 8th.
It's not a good way to endear yourself to the manager. Come into a ball game, walk the leadoff guy on 4 pitches.
So Andrew Knapp and Freddie Galvis will have a conversation with Edeber Ramos. And that'll bring up Josh Harrison to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Frazier leads off first. Nobody out. And first pitch is over for a strike to Harrison. Well, it goes without saying that the Phils can't afford to give up another run in this game. They need to score at least 1 in the 9th to keep this one going. Almost misses inside for a ball. It's 1-1. It's hit down the right field line and out of play. 1-2 now to Harrison. Andrew McCutchen waits on deck. Almost from the stretch. That one's poked into shallow right center field, but Odubel Herrera quickly covers the ground and makes the catch. Well, following today's game, Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies post-game live. Marshall Harris and Ricky Vitalico are standing by to break it all down. They will talk at length about Aaron Nola and the afternoon that he had here, and the Phil's offense as well, unable to get on track. And the end of a 9-game road trip as the Phils come back home to get ready to play some games at Citizens Bank Park. That's all happening on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies post-game live immediately after this game. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 8th. And quick throw over. And Frazier is back. McCutchen 0 for 3 today. For a strike. It's 0-1.
Ramos able to get McCutchen yesterday on a strikeout. Bases loaded. Full count, went with a breaking ball.
Misses there, so it's 1-1 now to Andrew McCutchen. Light rain falling here. On the outside corner for a strike. Good pitch. It's 1-2 now to McCutchen. So Ramos leads in to get his sign from Andrew Knapp. Frazier leads off first. And he's off and running. Pitch is called a ball. The throw down to second is in time to get Frazier. The one-hop toss by Knapp is picked by Hernandez, and the tag is applied to the back of Frazier, and that is the second out of the inning.
What a play by Cesar Hernandez. Not the best pitch to throw on, but give Cesar credit for hanging in there and applying that tag. Knapp has to stay back because it is a breaking ball down. Doesn't want to go out and get catcher's interference. But to catch that and apply the tag all at the same time. Excellent play by Cesar.
Certainly was, and a big out for his pitcher, Odubel Ramos, who now is 2-2 to Andrew McCutchen, and that one sails outside for a ball. So 3-2 to McCutchen, but nobody on base now with 2 outs here in the 8th. That was a tough throw, or a tough pitch to throw on for Andrew Knapp. Give him credit. Give Cesar credit for picking it, putting the tag down quickly. The 3-2 pitch. Outside, so he walks him. Second walk of the inning for Ramos. So bring up a pitch hitter. Alan Hansen will be the pinch hitter for Clint Hurdle. And Bob McClure is going to go out. A little scouting report to Odubel Ramos. So Ramos walked the first batter, Frazier. And he got the fly out to Odubel Herrera in center. And the big caught stealing. Second out of the inning. Walks McCutchen. That's where we stand with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
That's a huge play there by Cesar.
It really is.
You got a runner in scoring position less than, just the 1 out.
Not only that, that ball could have gone into center field had he not caught that.
Good point.
Frazier could have ended up at third base. The 1-0 pitch is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Ground ball foul. 2-1 now to Alan Hansen. Those kids are pumped. Their day has been made. Cutchin has his lead off first. 2-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit, center field. Herrera gets to it. McCutchen will stop at second. Now runners at first and second with 2 outs.
How big's that play now?
Well, keeps it a 1-run lead for the time being.
A fastball right down the middle. Hansen knows what to do with that.
And Pete Mackanin has decided to make a change. He'll come out and take the baseball from Adebayo Ramos. And we'll have a pitching change here at PNC Park. So the Phils still trail it by 1. The Pirates are threatening here in the 8th. Final out here in the 8th inning. Allow the Phils offense to go back to work. See Garcia appearing in his 10th game already this season. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 2.61 in his 10 1/3 innings work. Ramos was a bit erratic in 4 batters that he faced. So Luis Garcia will try and come in and clean this one up. Send the Phils offense back out on the field. First pitch swinging is David Freese. And that's the way you do it. 1 pitch, 1 out for Luis Garcia. And that'll do it for this inning. So Phils, well, they've got some work cut out for them. It'll be Saunders, followed by Odubel Herrera and Maikel Franco in search of a run for the Phils. inning. And Phil's trailing this one 1-0. Terrific pitching on both sides of the field today. As Aaron Nola and Chad Kuhl dueled early in this one. And now it'll be up to Tony Watson, the closer for the Pirates. Try and nail this one down for his team. He retired all 3 batters he faced last night, picking up his 9th save of the year for the Pirates. But Phil's got to him the night before on Friday night.
Yes, they did. Cameron Rupp, big 3-run homer.
Yeah.
Tony Watson coming into the tune. Take out the gunman from Chevelle.
You like that?
Good tune.
Yeah. Little remix version with some play-by-play in there.
I will let the fans know at home that I did Shazam that.
He did. He Shazammed it. I will tell you, the fans are at home are impressed that you know how to Shazam.
Hey, with 4 kids, we got all kinds of music going on in the car at times. I got to know who's singing what.
There you go. All right, so Michael Saunders will step in to lead it off for the Phils. 4-5-6 for the Phillies here in the 9th. First pitch to Saunders in the dirt. It's 1-0. Base runners. That's what the Phils need. Anyway, anyhow. Saunders fouls that one off the top of the Phillies dugout. And it's 1-1 to Michael Saunders. 0 for 3 today. He steps out. Time is called. One pitch. Swings through it. It's 1-2 now to Saunders. And you see the shift is on for the Pirates. That one's a bit low for a ball. It's 2-2.
Heck of an eye there by Michael Saunders.
Watson will do it again. 2-2 pitch. It's poked down the left field line, but out of play. So we'll do it again at 2-2. It has his sign from the belt. Pitch, swing, and a miss. He got it. Saunders strikes out for the first out here in the top of the 9th. And that'll bring up Odubel Herrera.
Goes back to that sweeping slider. Saunders out in front. Just flails at it, unable to put it in play. First out of the inning.
So Herrera steps in. He's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 7th on a hard hit ball. The hardest hit ball we've seen him hit in a while, which was good to see. See if he can do it again. Taking all the way on that first pitch. It's 1-0. Stares down at Watson. Fouls that one at the plate, and that's a fair ball according to the home plate umpire Mark Carlson. Odubel never left the box, and he is tagged out for the second out. Pete McCannon's going to come out and ask about this one.
I thought it hit him in the box.
He heard something. And McCannon and Carlson have a conversation.
Take a look here. I don't know if it hit his back kneecap, his left knee there.
Let's take a look there.
No.
Does not hit him.
Nope.
And if you're Odubel Herrera, you have to recognize that.
Goes down as 2U, 2 unassisted.
2 unassisted, which is the second time on this road trip we've seen 2 unassisted. So that'll bring up Maikel Franco. And he is the last hope for the Phillies. First pitch to Franco. Swing and a miss. Bronco hit one hard today. He doubled into the left center field gap. He asks for time. He steps out. Pirates fans making some noise. And that one is a ground ball to the left side. Freese picks it. Throws across the first. And that is the final out of the ball game. So Watson comes in and gets his 10th save of the season. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies here in the top of the 9th. And the Pirates win game 3 of this series. They take the series 2-1. And the Phils put an end to this 9-game road trip with a 2-7 record. Our Chevrolet player of the game was Chad Kuhl, the starting pitcher for the Pirates, who came in, pitched 5 innings, 1 hit, allowed no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on his way to being the Chevrolet player of the game. Only took 1 run on 5 hits for the Pirates, no runs and 3 hits for the Phillies. We'll be back to put a wrap on this one right after this.